Hi, and welcome to my craft area. This is going to be just a short video because I like to make handcrafted journals. I don't really sell them, but I do enjoy making them. And these are a couple that I've made, and then I've made like this Alice in Wonderland swap journal, which there's a video on my channel in a previous video. And I've made, all kinds of styles. I've received different styles. Let's see. This is one that I made. And then I've received a few. And most of them I've shown on my channel. Some of them I haven't. This video is mostly to answer the question, okay, the journals are really great, but how do you journal in them? And the short answer is I don't really journal in these journals. I enjoy touching them and feeling them and seeing what I can do art-wise to add things into my journal, because the inside is filled with tags and sorry about saying like too much. It's when I'm searching for words. Inspirational quotes, and I've painted a little extra on the butterfly and added some glitter and made text spots. And I just find it to be fun just to keep adding pieces into the journals that I'm keeping for myself. When we do swap journals, we kind of make a skeleton, and then we send it to a swap partner, and they can journal in the journal, which to a lot of people means writing memories and events of the day, things that you want to remember. Could even be like a bullet journal and just lists of things that you've done, things that you've thought, that kind of thing. I usually use a lined journal, to be honest, to document my time and things, but to journal in here for me means adding more elements. But it can also mean, and so this one I don't think I did a video on. This is just one that I created, and it's all about the journey. And it's kind of birds and blues and golds and, a lot of fun. If you would like to see a flip through of this journal, I can do another one on my channel. But that's not what this video is about. This video will be to show you how you can actually journal in one of these art journals. So like I said, you have the very elaborate journal that's got all the bells and the whistles, the decorations that you get and that you can add to. And then there are the more simple ones. I think I made this as like an Easter journal, and you can see in here I had some Easter die cuts, and I made some little tags, and I have a little doily, and then I took a stencil and I used some thick medium and just stenciled a raised Happy Easter element there. And that's kind of the theme throughout this book. What I used was some of my jelly plate papers in here. It was how I was using up some of the jelly plate papers. And I have a couple of videos on using my jelly plate in previous videos on this channel. So anyway, and then you see there's other die cuts. So I could go through and add more artistic elements in here, or I can say take some coloring sheets and color them and maybe glue them in here and then write a little note about Easter this year, that kind of thing. So that's a themed notebook, and I would probably use this as an Easter journal over probably the span of a few years, like adding a few pictures of my children and my grandchildren, making a few little notes, adding some stickers, um, you know, little mementos, maybe a candy wrapper of a piece of candy that they enjoyed that they got from the Easter Bunny. And I do have, this is made out of an envelope. I think this is a 6x9 yellow envelope, covered with scrapbook paper, and it's got some painting on it. These are just a lot of fun to make. And they are equally as fun to look through and add things to. And this is another little journal that I made using another envelope, but this is from a white envelope that's also a 6x9, but it had the flap opening this way, and I just cut it so it would have two flaps, two pockets, one in the front, and then there's another one in the back here, both opening from the top. And these are just a lot of fun. So anyway, this has no specific theme. It's kind of spring-like. It's got some jewels on it and some butterflies. And I thought this one might be kind of fun to add something to. So what I did, and let me go get the original picture because I can show you how that works. We take pictures, and it used to be in the old days we sent them to a processing center and we got our digitals back. And we can still do that, like through Shutterfly and stuff. But this is the original picture I used. Now this is old. This is like from 1991 when I married my husband, Ted. And this was a shot out in front of my house that I still live in. Ted's been gone for almost, 9 years now. And but I thought that would be a good picture to show. So what I did was I just copied it off. I didn't use photo paper. You could use photo paper. But that's just a cropped picture of Ted and I. And this was our wedding. We had an outdoor wedding at his parents' house, and we followed it with a picnic. It was a lot of fun. And it was July 7th. So it was actually summer. But I liked this snowflake that I had already had die cut out, so I'm using up some scraps. And I thought I would put this picture on top of the snowflake like that. Now a lot of people, and I do it too, you take little snippets of lace or yarn and you could put in between the picture and this die cut, or you could put it behind the die cut so you have a little bit of interest going on your page. So let me just open my journal, and I don't know. No, I'm not going to use that. I'll use this pink. Oh, maybe not. Now, there's the other thing with a journal. You can do it, page by page if you're strict and a little OCD and you want to do it. Page number 1 has to be done first. Or you can look through your pages and pick a page. And I had a lot of fun making this journal because it has a lot of secret journaling spots where you could add special things in. Okay, well here is one that I dyed with a little bit of pink. I don't know, it's either Unsweet Kool-Aid or Glamour Spritz. And so let's see. I could put the picture on right there. So all you do, and it's so simple. It's kind of like collaging your way through a book. You would want some, safe, like this is liquid glue. It's Tombow Mono Multi Glue. Is it Mono? Yeah, Mono liquid glue. And it has a narrow tip, and then it has a broad glue tip, at the other end. So I'm just going to go in here, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue, I think. Well, maybe I won't use this glue. I thought I had it going. Well, we will save the page and I will pick a different glue. Oh well. That is life sometimes. Actually, I'm going to use my Scotch Permanent glue. And then we'll just keep it on the dry side, which is probably a good thing. And I try to always have, I do have wet wipes, but I try not to use them that much. So what I'm going to do is kind of wipe my glue tip off to make sure I'm not leaving any extra things on my picture or my page. I'm just going to put a little bit here. Well, kind of a little bit. It's a little goopy. And I'm going to put my snowflake down here. I'll turn it so it fits better. And the part that goes into the hinge, I'm going to add a little extra glue to, just so it doesn't keep getting pulled up whenever the page gets used. Nothing more annoying than having the page keep coming, the pieces on the page keep folding over when you turn the page. Okay, so I'm going to leave this part unhooked because then something could be tucked under there too. If I come up with another memory that corresponds to this. I'm going to put a little more glue on the top of my snowflake, and I'm just going to put my picture down, just like that. So there's that. Now the picture is not hooked to the page, it's just hooked to the snowflake. So if I should decide later that I want to move it, I can. So to journal in here, I might make a note, since this is 2018 and this picture's from 1991. I may make a note about how I'm thinking about my late husband and the memories that we shared. You know, just something short and simple that might be on my mind today when I'm looking at this picture. And so I could journal that just on the page, or if I wanted to keep it more of a, I don't know, secret journaling, I could take a piece of cardstock and fold it. And then, so this is, it's like, for me it's art journaling. For some people it's just going in and writing notes on the page. I guess that's what I'm saying. But I could add this to the page and maybe do my journaling here and then just tuck it under my picture. And then I could make a few, like, just put a few simple words around the picture, like love, hope, happiness, you know, that kind of thing, with my markers or my colored pencils. So I guess the long and the short of it is these books are whatever you need them to be. For me, it's an artistic release. I enjoy creating the pages and adding the pieces. I like making the tags. I enjoy adding little things like this to the page and maybe writing on a tag or an insert my feelings about this picture and then keeping it all together in this little book. And maybe this is just a treasure that I will enjoy looking through as I get older, and that maybe after I'm gone, my children or my grandchildren will enjoy looking through. It's kind of being the family historian, I guess. And we're just keeping notes of that in a unique and different way now. So I don't have a lot else to add to this. This is pretty much how I use my journals, is I will put in pieces of pictures that I want to save, that I have thoughts or feelings about. I may write these thoughts or feelings either on the page or on an attachment that goes, you know, tucks into the page. And then these become mementos. things that maybe get passed down to my daughters or my son or to their children, and something that they can remember forever. And they can start out as simply as a piece of colored paper, or in this case, an envelope. So I hope that gives you a little idea how to use these journals. I mean, what I write is private, so I don't want to share that on a video, but this is how it would all begin. I would insert a picture that means something to me, and then write how I'm feeling about what I'm looking at. So thank you for joining me. Be courageous and kind, and always be colorful. Thanks for watching. Bye.